large cap growth and other non-dividend paying things. But see, there's seasons where it can be the opposite too. Our belief is not in trying to time when it's outperforming or when it's not. It's in the permanent belief that over longer
Panic savings with unlimited from Spectrum Mobile for just $29.99. Call 1-844-683-2999 or visit a store near you. Switch today and you too will feel larger than life.
Hi, I'm Jane King, and this is New to the Street, in person back here at the NASDAQ market site in New York City. This show is all about public, private, blockchain companies, the CEOs, the founders, and the innovators, bringing you lots of opportunities to consider. Here we go. FirstWave Biopharma is focusing on developing targeted therapies for gastrointestinal diseases. And with me, CEO James Saperstein, to talk about this recent COVID trial that you've had, James. And tell me about that. Remind us all about the treatment and how did the trial go?
Well, we're happy that we announced this past week that we fully enrolled the trial. Fingers crossed for Omicron. It helped us because we missed the Delta wave. But the trial really was to look at patients who had COVID-related GI effects, nausea, diarrhea, and basically you tested the patient when they came in and you tested them 2 weeks afterwards to make sure that they've cleared the virus. So we had to enroll about 150 patients for completion. We enrolled 158. We had no side effects or serious side effects related to the drug that we know of. So we're very, very pleased about that. And in about 45 days, we should have the results of the trial. But we're very happy that the trial is done, completed, and it'll be the first big data output that we have this year.
Okay, look forward to that. We must do an interview when you get those results and talk about what they tell us. So, okay, so what other clinical data releases do you have planned this year?
We're in the middle of a ulcerative proctitis trial. Ulcerative proctitis is a subset of ulcerative colitis. It's at the kind of near the rectum, so it's the bottom of the large colon. And that study is being conducted only in Italy at this point. We don't have any clinical sites in the United States. And it's going fairly well. It's blinded, but we do know that the patients have had some resolution. So we're confident that because it's being compared to placebo, we're confident that the drug works in this area. So we're excited. We expect a data readout on this in the second quarter of 2022, the first half of this year.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then also your original program, Adulapase, make sure I'm saying it right. I always get tripped up on these drug names. So tell me about that. Where does that stand?
So really, Adulapase, which was formerly known as MS-1819, that's really how the company was founded. It's been studied now for 7 years within the company. And last year, we had 2 trial results that gave us mixed results, and we realized the problem was our formulation. So it takes about a year or 2 to really redo the formulation, and we're in the midst of finishing that up. The new formulation is looking pretty good so far, and we're excited to release some data in the second quarter of this year. Should that data be positive, we'll probably get into our phase 3 program later on towards the end of this year.
Okay. Sounds like a lot of things upcoming over the next few months that could be very pivotal for the company.
We are working on a lot of things. We're excited. We're also hoping this biotech market bounces back too. I think we're all suffering from the same ills, trying to put products on the market that really can help humankind. But share prices don't reflect that. So we're going to keep working towards delivering data.
It has been a tough market for many sectors already this year. I feel like something switched at the beginning of the year. Thank you so much, James, for joining us. I look forward to hearing the results of these trials.
Thank you. Be safe out there.
You too.
Here at Glint, we're making money fairer. How? By using gold. Glint lets you store, exchange, send, and spend multiple currencies, including gold, through a simple iPhone or Android app. You can spend your currencies and your gold in small or large amounts using the Glint MasterCard. Register for your Glint account today by downloading the app from your favorite app store. Glint, the global currency.
Keeping your four-legged friends healthy can certainly be a challenge, especially with painful joint diseases like osteoarthritis. If you see a change in your animal's mobility, contact your veterinarian and don't wait. Today, veterinarians have a new tool against joint disease. Introducing Spring with OsteoCushion technology. The natural-derived product has the ability to help your animal move more freely. Put the spring back in their lives for a longer, happier life.
Helios DX is defining a new era of reliable laboratory testing with fast, accurate results. With a full range of services including urine toxicology, behavioral toxicology, infectious disease, allergy, and other popular test menus. Helios DX, an alternative to national diagnostic laboratories, provides value to patients and physicians through personable and reliable services. To learn more, visit heliosdx.com/labs.
Secure, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. Secure is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using proprietary military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. Secure doesn't collect or sell your data and doesn't require your phone number or any personal data the hackers target. You can message and email non-secure users privately without the need for others to download Secure. Visit secure.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
StrikeForce is looking to claim the top spot in secure video conferencing and collaboration. So with me, CEO Mark Kay, also Executive Vice President George Waller, to discuss this new relationship with IT Group and how this white paper explains a little bit about how you're looking to secure video conferencing, because the things that are available on the market right now aren't as secure as they should be, especially for kind of, sensitive information. So let's just start with, George, let's just start with IT Group. Who are they? How do they play in StrikeForce's future?
Thank you, Jane, for giving us this opportunity to speak to you today. And it's very exciting. And IT Group is an amazing analyst group. They're one of the country's leading advisory firms, providing mission-critical insights into technology, regulations, markets, operations. And they do this for hundreds of banks, insurance companies, insurers, security firms, healthcare. So they're really one of the country's leading firms that works with technology companies like us and helps guide us in the right directions and the things that we should know about, especially when you want to grow and grow and grow to a large size. So we work with the IT Group, and they wrote a white paper about our technology. That's how excited they are about it, because there is a lot of going on in the government, a lot going on in private industry, and regarding video conferencing, now that it's part of the fabric in which companies work, right? And so there needed to be guidelines. There needed to be standards set for government, standards set for private industry. So they've worked with us to develop a set of guidelines and best practices that we could basically go out to the world and show government agencies, show the compliance writers, and explain everything to them. And here are a set of best practices for that.
Now, can you share some of their concepts with us? Like, what are the things they're recommending for secure video conferencing?
Sure. Well, it's both of it's them and us, right? We went and we explained all of our technologies to them. And we basically said, Mark, thankfully, Mark said, we want to be the #1 company in the country, in the world, for video conferencing and collaboration. And he says, we need to achieve that status. How do we do that? And that was the goal that he put on me, to go out to find the right analyst group and say, here's our goal. How do we achieve that? And what they did was they explained in video conferencing and collaboration, Jane, it's not about beating your own chest, saying, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, right? A lot of companies out there do that. It's about actually becoming the number one provider. And how do you become the number one provider? You have to set, you've got to make your software, your service or your product where everyone wants to use it. And how do you do that? And explain to us that we need to get our technology in all these standards as a best practice in government, in private industry. So how do you do that? You look at all the regulatory writers, you look at all the regulations, and they work with us to look at the nation's leading organizations that write guidance and frameworks for government, such as NIST or CCMP or CUI. And basically, and then we looked at the private industry, healthcare, HIPAA, financial services, NYDFS, insurance, PCI, DSS for, merchants and retailers. And what they did was they navigated us through all of these industry compliance requirements, and then we wrote with them a set of standards and set of best practices. And what they did is they worked with us to develop them according to what the nation already uses today for classifying data.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mark and George. Look forward to more updates in 2022.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Jane.
Thank you.
Here at Glint, we're making money fairer. How? By using gold. Glint lets you store, exchange, send, and spend multiple currencies, including gold, through a simple iPhone or Android app. You can spend your currencies and your gold in small or large amounts using the Glint MasterCard. Register for your Glint account today by downloading the app from your favorite app store. Glint, the global currency.
Keeping your four-legged friends healthy can certainly be a challenge, especially with painful joint diseases like osteoarthritis. If you see a change in your animal's mobility, contact your veterinarian and don't wait. Today, veterinarians have a new tool against joint disease. Introducing Spring with OsteoCushion technology. The natural-derived product has the ability to help your animal move more freely. Put the spring back in their lives for a longer, happier life.
Need hearing aids? Tired of paying $5,000 or more? Tired of making multiple trips to have your hearing aids adjusted? Now you don't have to. Our Hear IQ 4 medical-grade hearing aids are fully rechargeable, Bluetooth compatible, and start at under $1,000 for a complete set or monthly payments of $44. Our hearing aids are self-adjusting using any smartphone and features remote programming by hearing care professionals without you ever leaving home. Order your pair today at myheariq.com.
Cyber attacks are a global threat affecting consumers and companies. Whether you're using your computer or mobile device to bank, shop, or work remotely, your privacy and corporate data are at risk. For over 20 years, StrikeForce Technologies has developed some of the world's leading cybersecurity solutions. Millions of users around the world have put their trust in us to protect what matters most. Your privacy and data are your business. Protecting it is ours. Visit StrikeForceTech.com today.
Pharmagreen Biotech is in the business of providing the highest quality starter plantlets for the CBD industry and hemp farmers in particular. And with me, the CEO, Peter Wojcik of Pharma Biotech, but we've also got a new guest with us today, Ethan Stiles, the CEO of Long Valley Farms. And I want to start with you, Ethan, because your company has been acquired by Pharmagreen Biotech. So if you could just, I guess, give me some background. Tell me about you. Tell me about the company. What is Long Valley Farms all about?
Well, we're in the market to produce the highest quality cannabis products from basically, as you know, with Peter, the tissue culture plantlets all the way to live rosins. My family's been in cannabis for 67 years now. I'm a third generation grower in the heart of the Emerald Triangle. Over the years, we've just gotten into cannabis. It helped my grandfather when he came back from the Korean War. He is highly decorated. Had half of his side blown off from a grenade. So he came back in 55. There's a little bit of discrepancy whether he started growing in 55 or if it was in 57. Nobody can remember. We smoked too much weed. So that's like the starting of all of it. And, growing up in cannabis, it's helped me exponentially. I can deal with things a lot easier than most people can, I guess. I don't live a stress-filled life. It's absolutely amazing what this plant does for people, and that's what really drove us to continue on and cement our name into the California cannabis and national cannabis, because that's coming up soon.
Peter, what are your thoughts on that? It sounds like scale is one part of this.
Yes, absolutely. Scale is definitely, we're certainly working on that. And for that vertical growth, we've taken a combined decision to take a look at the additional licenses beyond the cultivation license that Long Valley Farm has. And that's already in process to take us to the next stage. So I wanted to clarify, maybe Ethan and I are working together. The acquisition isn't fully completed yet, but the business development is moving forward at lightning speed while we're in process of doing that. Okay. So I think that's really going to get us up there. And also, it's really great news, which I like to mention. We've been uplisted recently to the OTCQB. So certainly, all the information on our current offering and public company information. Our symbol is PHBI.OB, and all the relevant public information and current offering is available as well.
Okay. Well, congratulations. As this, I know it's not finalized yet, but it sounds like you're pretty close. So thank you so much, Peter and Ethan, and congratulations. And I look forward to updates throughout the year as you move forward.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jane.
Here at Glint, we're making money fairer. How? By using gold. Glint lets you store, exchange, send, and spend multiple currencies, including gold, through a simple iPhone or Android app. You can spend your currencies and your gold in small or large amounts using the Glint MasterCard. Register for your Glint account today by downloading the app from your favorite app store. Glint, the global currency.
Keeping your four-legged friends healthy can certainly be a challenge, especially with painful. Veterinarians have a new tool against joint disease. Introducing Spring with OsteoCushion technology. The natural-derived product has the ability to help your animal move more freely. Put the spring back in their lives for a longer, happier life.
PetVivo works on products that give animals a second chance. And with me is the CEO of PetVivo, John Lai, to talk about all these exciting new things you have going on for the year. So do you want to start with the conference that you went to in Nashville? How was that? Sure. When was that? What was it?
It was mid-December, okay. And we had a really good turnout. We had a couple of the U.S. Olympic vets in our booth. They actually stayed there for a while because one of them had been using our product for about 6 years, and then the other one just started using it. So they're like celebrities, and other vets recognized them. So we drew a good crowd and had a really good, successful show on the equine space. Okay. And then following that, we're getting good repeat orders from the vets that tried the product in December.
So that's what I was going to ask. Are these like vets who work on equestrian? Okay.
Yeah. It was the American Equestrian Practitioners Show. So I think that it's one of the larger shows in the equine space.
Yeah. And then tell me about Vet Cove.
Yeah, so Vet Cove is a veterinary membership buying service. So vets are able to sign on and they're able to see the best pricing for various products. So we partnered up with them, and our products are featured there, and we're looking forward to adding SKUs to the site. So the vets can buy direct through the system, and they don't have to open an account with us. I mean, obviously, we like it when they open the account with us, but they're already on a system that they're buying person, because vets usually don't order. They have an office manager or a buying person that does the ordering. And if they're accustomed to say, no, we're used to buying through Vet Cove, we're just going to buy the spring through there.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's talk about Spring for a little bit. So this is kind of your patented technology. Explain what it is, which animals it helps, how it works.
Sure. So we developed this protein particle matrix that mimics cartilage and tissue. So one of the major applications that we commercially launched recently is called Spring, and it's used for the treatment of osteoarthritis and other joint afflictions. We've been getting very good studies or case studies in the real world where on a single interarticular injection, we're finding improvement in quality of life, mobility, and reduction of inflammation and pain in dogs and horses. We will be introducing our cat product here real soon. I think we adjusted the timing a little to take advantage of some of the events that are happening within the feline space within 6 months. So we want to leverage off the amount of education that's going to be occurring in the marketplace, because there's another company out there launching a feline product that I think ours is could be complementary or could actually end up competing quite well in terms of price and efficacy.
Okay. And what about the market? How big of a market is this?
So in the U.S., for OA and is about $4.4 billion a year, and it's growing at about 5.4% a year. It's extremely recession-proof, and with the humanization of pets, the dollar spent for increasing quality of life has gone up significantly. In 2012, it was about $1,700 that a pet owner for a dog actually would stop treatment. It was $1,700. Today, it's $10,700. So you can see how we view our pets, which makes tremendous sense because less and less people are getting married, less and less people are having children. And because of that fact, their pets become their children.
And just, John, looking ahead to 2022, I mean, what are some other things that are part of your strategy this year?
Well, we're going to be expanding the SKUs or the line of products that we will have, and other pets, other types of animals that we will. I think recently one of the interesting ones is I think a manatee got injected with our product. We had a marine veterinary expert, and I looked and I go, she's an expert on dolphins and manatees. And then I Googled and I realized there's a high incidence of osteoarthritis in those animals. Yeah, it blew my mind when I saw this is going to a aquatic area. Well, what the heck? And then I looked up the person, and then I saw that she's one of the top experts on marine animals.
So that might be a new avenue you would pursue?
Well, we're not going to target, but people will order it. I mean, we have injected, like I said before, I think a grizzly bear, white Siberian tiger, a lot of billy goats, I think camels. So our product is being used for multiple off-label applications.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm sure this year will be full of more interesting things. So look forward to seeing you back in New York soon.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, John.
Secure, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. Secure is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using proprietary military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. Secure doesn't collect or sell your data and doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. You can message and email non-secure users privately without the need for others to download Secure. Visit secure.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
GlobeX Data has a secure platform that offers secure email messaging, also email. And with me, the CEO of GlobeX Data and Secure, Alon Gahi, to talk about, I mean, it's a big year for you last year. Let's go over 2021 and then let's talk about, because I know you've got some new products in the pipeline coming up very soon, but let's kind of wrap up 2021 first.
Thank you, Jane, and Happy New Year to our viewer and everyone, hopefully in good health. Well, 2021 was a pretty big year. It was a transformative year for the company because essentially we were able to capitalize the company to the tune of an extra $8 million US with several rounds, successive higher and higher rounds. We also launched our anticipated Secure product. We started the big US launch around mid-July, and we started to see Q3 numbers to come in which were quite good. Q4 numbers are going to be even bigger. So we basically are now on the startup gate. And 2021 was the year where we took advantage of the quiet situation with COVID, recycling and refocusing on the North American market and repositioning ourselves as such, because the emerging market, which was our prime focus before, of course, they shut down, and now they're coming back. So now in 2022, this is the plan. We basically have a very solid financial footing. We have daily, hourly subscribers, so we're very happy with our subscriber base. We are going to have in Q1 several product updates. We're going to have the email application, which will give a user the same feature as if you would go on our webmail with our famous secure send feature, which is a way to send an email to anybody who is not a secure user and have that person receive it and reply back without any of the ISP or external provider being able to read the content. It's an anti-phishing way as well to send emails for companies. We're also launching business packages in March. We're going to have a brand new business package for the messenger, the email, and the combo. So Q1 is essentially a very busy quarter for our new products. Of course, sales are increasing as well. And we're going to put a lot more push in Q2 once we have that email application, because the retention rate will be dramatically higher. Because imagine if you can use another provider like Gmail and you just download the application, people are just used to just click download and use it. They're not used to configuring emails, and businesses are different. So now we're going to have this ubiquitous way for anybody to have the most private and more secure email for the mass market and businesses who can also put their domain name on our email. So we're pretty excited. Financially, we're again in a good footing. We have close to $7 million US in the bank, no debt. Definitely more than enough money to run for 2022. And we also can announce right now that we qualify to uplist to the OTCQX exchange, which requires certain hard assets, so non-tangible asset don't count. And now we qualify for that. So we're going to file that probably in March or earlier, the minute we have our year end. And last but not least, obviously, we want to go eventually to an uplisting on NASDAQ, and this is the year where we will work towards that goal and hopefully be able to file in 2022 for the NASDAQ listing.
Okay, thank you so much. Good to see you. Happy New Year, and we'll get an update next week.
Thank you. Have a great start of the year, and thanks everyone for watching us.
Thank you.
He's got the answers.
Show me a problem, and I'm going to show you a way out of it.
He's telling it straight.
I believe that a thriving America leads the way to a happier America.
He's ready to make a difference for your money.
It's a red-hot economy, folks.
He's Kudlow, only on Fox Business.
On FanDuel Sportsbook, new customers can bet 30-to-1 odds on any team in the playoffs. So you can make every catch feel like the catch of a lifetime. Bet 30-to-1 odds on any team to win their playoffs game. Bet 5 to win 150. Only on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
It's okay, everyone. I got this.
Are you a doctor?
Negative. I just watch a ton of medical dramas on Sling TV.
Sling has the best of live sports, news, and entertainment. Try it free. Sling.
Investors, rate increases are forecasted. Stocks could possibly be stalled.
Are you tired of looking tired? Has your everyday bag become the bags you have under your eyes? Are you constantly spending money on products that promise but don't live up to the hype? Stop throwing your money away and start looking and feeling your best with Plexiderm.
So I've had under eye bags for a very, very long time, and it sucks. I have spent so much money on tons of eye creams, eye gels. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm, and I'm not joking. It works.
Plexiderm isn't just for under-eye bags. It will also instantly reduce the appearance of fine lines, crow's feet, wrinkles, and even the 11 lines between your eyes.
After 15 minutes of applying this, there's no 11, and I look natural. It's not too tight. I like it.
Send your under-eye bags packing after just one application. Try it today at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Isn't it time our eyes got the thanks they deserve? For taking on every daunting challenge. For finding some actual coffee on a coffee menu. For saying so much without a single word.
All your own bedding, your own bathroom, your own kitchen, and you're traveling with your family and friends. And it's still a way to explore.
Well, yeah, and
it's a great country.
Yeah. As people moved away from the traditional office setting during the lockdown and the pandemic, and now we see company after company, Apple putting it off, CNN saying don't come back to work just yet. A lot of us at Fox are working from home at the moment. What is the best indication that you're getting that this trend has more than just a short shelf life, and that once the pandemic's over, people will say, yeah, now I really want to go to Rome or Paris or Tel Aviv?
Yeah, it's a great question. For us, we see what happened during March of 2020. Our websites, our dealers' websites blew up. People were home, they were trying to find ways to travel. And we've watched our average age and our demographic totally change. The age dropped drastically. We've done studies, Campgrounds of America has done studies where the age has gone from, it used to be over 60 10 years ago to where now it's well under 30. And we're getting into the millennials with some of our smaller coaches, smaller travel trailers, our small Mercedes B-Class vans that you can buy for less than $100,000 and still travel. But once people experience the outdoors and see what they may have missed, and as you say, people are, offices are closing in some of the big cities, people are moving to the rural areas to where they can have an RV. And it's just simply a great way to travel. And once people start and they start the lifestyle, they typically trade up through the RV cycle every 3 to 5 years, and they typically get a bigger RV. So we feel that this has definite lasting power.
I know your history. You started off with a small one, and then you traded up, and now, you have something like 6. Okay. You're a real fan, obviously, which is great because you as the CEO need to know what customers want and what they feel and how they experience these things. But, borrowing money for a big ticket item like an RV has been extraordinarily cheap as rates have been near zero. When I look at the potential risks, which any good CEO would look at the clouds on the horizon here, the Fed, if you believe every expert, is about to raise interest rates more than once, twice, maybe 3 times, 4 times this year. How do you factor in that risk when it comes to your sales numbers? Money will become more expensive to borrow. How are you going to deal with that?
Yeah, we've watched over the last 2 years, more and more people have paid with predominantly a lot of cash, more than in history over the years. But we are looking at the industry. We've lived through times that were double-digit interest rates. And as long as rates tick up slow and steadily, our consumers aren't really phased. And many don't know, many new to the industry don't realize that you can write off the interest of that unit as a second home. So there are ways that we mitigate this. And we do look at it. We look at inflation overall. But for the typical buying of an RV, we think that's still very manageable.
Well, as we look at the stock, I know it must be frustrating for you and the shareholders because the underlying narrative and demand are very strong. Stock's about down about 30% from its 2021 highs. But we were just talking about all of these great momentum stocks that are down even more than that. So I get it, but we'll be watching, and it's an interesting big beast behind you there. Tell me that model right there, what's that called?
Over my left shoulder, I've got a Airstream travel trailer, but then over my right shoulder is a new unit. It's a SFOR electric vehicle. And so what we're doing here today is we're launching an electric travel trailer and electric motorhome. And the motorhome has a range up to 300 miles. And that's something not yet launched in the RV space. So that was big news to all of our dealers and our investors that we told yesterday and today. And with very European features on the inside. But the bigger story has really been the trailer. The trailer has an axle that will actually help it drive. So if you have an electric vehicle, you hitch up to this E-Stream, and it will extend the range of your Tesla, your Ford, truck.
Do me this favor, Bob. Roll that out on the Clayman Countdown when it's entirely ready to hit the road. We're really interested in seeing that. Robert Martin of Thor Industries. Folks, the NASDAQ in correction territory. We are coming right back. It's falling about 92 points. Dow is down 211.
I may be close to retirement, but I'm as busy as ever. And thanks to Voya, I'm confident about my future. Voya provides guidance for the right investments. They make me feel like I've got it all under control.
Voya, be confident to and through retirement.
Everyone remembers the moment they heard, "You have cancer," how their world stopped, and when they found a way to face it. For some, this is where their Keytruda story begins. Keytruda, a breakthrough immunotherapy that may treat certain cancers. One of those cancers is advanced melanoma, which is a kind of skin cancer where Keytruda may be used when your melanoma has spread or cannot be removed by surgery.
Keytruda helps your immune system fight cancer, but can also cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion or memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, had or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have had radiation to your chest area or a nervous system condition.
Today, Keytruda is FDA approved to treat 16 types of advanced cancer and is being studied in hundreds of clinical trials, exploring ways to treat even more types of cancer. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. See the different types of cancer Keytruda is approved to treat at Keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda can be part of your story.
When you're looking for answers, it's good to have help, because the right information at the right time may make all the difference. At Humana, we know that's especially true when you're looking for a Medicare supplement insurance plan. That's why we're offering 7 things every Medicare supplement should have. It's yours free, just for calling the number on your screen. And when you call, a knowledgeable licensed agent producer can answer any questions you have and help you choose the plan that's right for you. The call is free and there's no obligation. You see, Medicare covers only about 80% of your Part B medical expenses. The rest is up to you. That's why so many people purchase Medicare supplement insurance plans like those offered by Humana. They're designed to help you save money and pay some of the costs Medicare doesn't. Depending on the Medicare supplement plan you select, you could have no deductibles or copayments for doctor visits, hospital stays, emergency care, and more. You can keep the doctors you have now, ones you know and trust, with no referrals needed. Plus, you can get medical care anywhere in the country, even when you're traveling. With Humana, you get a competitive monthly premium and personalized service from a healthcare partner working to make healthcare simpler and easier for you. You can choose from a wide range of standardized plans. Each one is designed to work seamlessly with Medicare and help save you money. So how do you find the plan that's right for you? One that fits your needs and your budget. Call Humana now at the number on your screen for this free guide. It's just one of the ways that Humana is making healthcare simpler. And when you call, A knowledgeable licensed agent producer can answer any questions you have and help you choose the plan that's right for you. The call is free and there's no obligation. You know Medicare won't cover all your medical costs, so call now and see why a Medicare supplement plan from a company like Humana just might be the answer.
At Vanguard, you're more than just an investor. You're an owner with access to financial advice, tools, and a personalized plan that helps you build a future for those you love. Vanguard. Become an owner.
Well, take a look at the chips. Yes, the NASDAQ in correction territory. Markets inch near session lows. We are down about 2 1/3% at the moment. That's the NASDAQ composite. So as we quickly, let me just quickly pull up the NASDAQ. NASDAQ since its recent high, so now it's down 10 1/4%. That means it's in correction, 10% lower than its most recent high. And if you break it apart, you can see that names like Applied Materials and a lot of these chip stocks and chip equipment makers are the biggest laggards. Lam Research, KLA Tencor, Qualcomm. You know, are they on sale or are they in deep trouble? Who knows? You get to decide. Even an $8.2 billion gain in the fourth quarter, not enough to bump Ford shares into the green. Take a look at this. Ford is pulling back by about 7%. The windfall comes from Ford's early and, quite frankly, genius 12% investment in EV company Rivian Automotive, which went public to much fanfare last year, but now is trading below its $78 IPO price. It's at $69.45. Ford shares falling today, perhaps on news that it's recalling about 200,000 cars for a brake light issue. Okay, I am pulling up XRP right now because that cryptocurrency at the moment is moving. Most of the cryptos are moving lower. Bitcoin's higher, but XRP is down just under 1%, trading at about 73 cents. The lead judge in the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit has just handed down a decision to allow certain documents that are crucial to the case to be allowed into evidence. Charlie Gasparino has been speaking with the experts involved. I would think, Charlie, this favors XRP big time, right?
I would say, net, yes. And we should point out that XRP is the cryptocurrency. I know Ripple's going to hate me for saying this because part of their argument is that they're not really related, but they really are. XRP is the cryptocurrency of Ripple. XRP was used, was created and then used to build out Ripple's blockchain platform for cross-border payments. The SEC came in right at the end of Jay Clayton's tenure in 2020 and said XRP was used illegally, improperly. It should have been registered as a security. Ripple, which issued the XRP again, is fighting back. This is a case, it sounds like gobbledygook here, I know, but this is a huge case if you're into crypto, because if the SEC wins this case, it's carte blanche on regulating everything crypto. It can go after Ethereum. It could say Ethereum was technically a security and they didn't register, so they owe us money and they have to go through the process. And so far right now it's illegal. They could theoretically go after Bitcoin. I mean, try to track down Satoshi Nakamoto and say, why didn't you register with us, Nakamoto? Why didn't you register with us? I mean, I'm being a little facetious there, but that is a possibility. It could go back, and the SEC can gain great powers. Ripple is fighting back. And one of their key arguments, Liz, is that the SEC is playing double standard. It has a double standard here. It allowed, during the Clayton years, and so far right now during the Gensler years, these other cryptocurrencies to be considered currencies and not securities. They didn't have to register with the SEC, but they made XRP.
They're held to different standards, obviously.
Different standards. So now, how are they going to prove that case? Well, they got access now to some documents, some privileged, what was considered privileged documents by the SEC. The SEC hates giving up documents and wants all its stuff done in secret. And you know why? I mean, because they don't want, there's a debate going on. But anyway, the key part that I think that they got here is they're going to get some emails, communications, and drafts of a speech made in 2018 by a former SEC official named Bill Hinman. We've talked about him in the past. Bill gave a speech at a Yahoo Finance conference which laid out the SEC's regulatory agenda. What is a security? Why isn't it? Why isn't Ethereum a security? Why isn't Bitcoin a security? And why these others, i.e. XRP, might be. We're going to get at least XRP is going to get, and Ripple, they're going to get the notes, the drafts, to try to figure out. And in their view, they want to know what was the thought process, and did the SEC cut Ethereum, for example, a break? And we should point out that a lot of the former SEC officials, like Hinman, like Jay Clayton, now work for entities that do business with the Ethereum blockchain or have investments in it. It's very interesting what Ripple is arguing here. I'm not saying that confluence is the there's a huge scandal here. I'm just saying what Ripple is arguing. So this is a big case. We should point out that Mr. Clayton, Mr. Hinman had no comment. They have denied in the past any conflicts of interest that swayed their viewpoints on these. As a matter of fact, they weren't involved in any of this Ethereum stuff that they're doing now in private practice when they were at the SEC. But this is heating up, and once you get the SEC the judge allowing these documents, that means we get it. That means everybody gets it.
Right.
These are going to be interesting stories about how the SEC came up with its current regulatory framework, and very controversial. This is a huge case if you own crypto. Trust me on this one.
Yep.
Back to you, Liz.
And nobody's more out front than you and your producer, Ellie Terry. All right, thank you, Charlie, very much.
Ellie's doing a great job breaking stories left and right on this.
Absolutely. Thank
that's
you so
why they
much,
call
Charlie.
it crypto
President Joe
lady.
Biden. Oh my, he doesn't stop. Thank you. Get him off the screen. President Joe Biden about to play Meet the Press for his first solo news conference since last March. We will take you straight to the White House for a preview. We need to know, is he going to talk about inflation and what are the problems that we need to sort of tackle here when it comes to the economy? And with the tech world chattering about how Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook gave life to the metaverse, it's actually a woman with an extraordinary background story who was working on the metaverse years before Facebook changed its name to Meta. But that's hardly the most fascinating thing about Julia Hart, CEO of Elite World Group. You got to hear how she escaped an ultra-religious group and now runs the world's largest talent multimedia company. Download my podcast.
New projects means new project managers. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/hire and get started today.
Whether you've enjoyed the legendary terrain in Telluride, the unparalleled landscape of Park City, or the famed peaks of Whistler, you face the hassle of lugging your gear through the airport. With ShipSkis, you're just a few clicks away from having your skis, snowboard, and luggage shipped from your doorstep to your destination. With unrivaled pricing, real-time tracking, ShipSkis delivers hassle-free. Ship ahead and go catch those first tracks on fresh snow. ShipSkis, your skis delivered.
At times like these, it's important to know that you're staying safe at home. Visiting Angels is committed to your